Hello people, this is another story time video. I don't really like calling them story time, but it's how everyone calls videos where you tell stories now, so let's just run with it. But it's also part of my LondonTroubles series, kind of, so it's just all over the place. But today I want to tell you the story about how I almost got evicted in London. So through various videos you may or may not know that I have been very lucky a few times renting flats in London, and other times I've been really unlucky with flats in London. So my last flat in Shoreditch particularly was one where I was rather unlucky. A lot of things went wrong. I talk about that a bit more in my video where I talk about renewing my passport, weirdly enough, so if you want to watch that I'll link it below, info card here. I can never tell. No, here. I don't know. Somewhere. So, apart from all of those problems I had there, not having an official address, having really loud neighbours, having no smoke detector for ages, having no lock on the door for like a week, just loads of things went wrong there. I also almost got evicted. So, what happened is, the Department of Environmental Health was knocking on the door of our flat one day. They didn't actually want to talk to us, but there was apparently a leak in a flat somewhere else, like maybe next to us or above us or whatever, and our flat actually had a window that went into like a kind of courtyard, not really a courtyard, but it was like, it just had a window that was going through there. So they knocked on our door because they were hoping that we could give them roof access through our door, because they thought maybe you could get out of the window into wherever they wanted to go to see where the leak came from, I don't know. So the window actually was barred, so it had bars in front of the window, like a prison, so you could not actually get out of the window. So as they were there anyway though, they wanted to come into our flat and actually look at the flat, even though there was no roof access for them. So they started looking around, and our flat was very, very, very small. Like, I can't even tell you how small it was. Basically, it had 2 rooms. They were both a bit bigger than the size of a double bed, and I'm not making this up. They were literally the size of a double bed plus maybe this much. Literally, not kidding. There was no hallway. When you opened the front door, you were straight in the kitchen, which was also tiny, and a bathroom with no window. So they stepped into our flat, looked around, and they were like, your flat is too small to be a 1-bedroom flat. Your flat should be a studio. Your landlord needs to take the wall down. This is not legal. They were saying that in London a bedroom has to have at least 8 square meters, which both of the rooms absolutely didn't have. They also said that you can't have barred windows in a bedroom, and we didn't have a smoke detector in our flat, which is illegal. I knew it was illegal. I told the landlord many times, but he refused to do anything. So they were also talking about that, and they said that our front door had a smoke seal, so if there was a fire in the flat, the smoke would trap us in. We can't flee through the windows because the window is barred, and the door would apparently not open. I don't really know, I didn't really get that one, but they were also saying that that's illegal as well. So they then said that they'll be coming back in about a month, and that they'll be in touch, and that we might be evicted from the flat because it's not safe to live in. So I thought, oh, okay, so maybe we can get some money back because we've been living in this unsafe flat forever, and obviously if they kick us out, surely they're going to have to find us a new place to live, because this is not our fault, right? Like, this is the landlord's fault for renting a flat to us that is unsafe. That's my German mindset, because in Germany, as like a person who rents, you're kind of protected by a lot of laws, and your landlord can't just really fuck you over. So apparently this is not the case in the UK, because I went to the council to talk to them about this, and they said in the case of eviction, we have to pay the move, we have to pay a new agency to find us a flat, we don't get any money back, we don't get anything. So at that point I just couldn't believe it. Like, this is something that is not our fault, and we're gonna have to pay for it, and we're gonna be like made homeless basically. And at that point we've only been living there for like 8 months or something, so it's not like we've been living there for a long time. And to get that flat we had to pay like £400 in agency fees. The move itself cost money. I had to rent a van, I had to rent a storage unit. It was just expensive, so I really didn't want to move straight away again, and it was very, very stressful. So they said they would be in touch, but like 4 months later we still hadn't heard from them. So I was kind of glad on one side because I didn't really want to move at that point, but on the other side I was kind of worried because now we had been made aware that our flat wasn't safe. So I obviously tried to talk to our landlord about it a bit, but he said, "I know, I've been renting this flat like this forever, it's always been fine," so he really didn't care. Classic London landlords, sadly. So the end of the story is that I ended up emailing the Department of Environmental Health. They never replied. I moved out of this flat on my own terms like 2 months ago now. But from what I've heard is they did eventually get back in touch a few weeks ago, but I don't know what the status is on that. But the moral of this story is, if you move into a flat, make sure it's safe. You just don't move into a crappy flat with no smoke detector, because you might get evicted and have to pay for everything yourself. So that sucks. So yeah, I'm just glad I don't live there anymore, and thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you aren't and want to be, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.